Ever wondered how to install Goober OS on a 486DX2 at 66 MHz? It sounds like a challenge, doesn't it? Trying to get a modern operating system onto a vintage piece of hardware is no small task. But why would anyone want to do this, you might ask? Well, there's a certain thrill in breathing new life into old machines, a sense of nostalgia mixed with a dash of technical wizardry. Or maybe, just maybe, you're doing it for the sheer fun of it, for the learning experience, or to show off your tech skills to your friends. Now let's introduce our hero in this story, Goober OS. This nimble, lightweight operating system is just the ticket for our vintage 486DX2. It's capable of turning this seemingly obsolete machine into a fully functional system, ready to take on tasks in the modern world. Stay tuned as we break down this seemingly complicated process into easy, manageable steps. Before anything else, ensure that the 486DX2 machine is in working order. This is crucial. Start by inspecting the hardware. Look for any obvious physical damage that might hinder our progress. Remember, we're working with a machine that's clocking in at 66 MHz, so treat it with care. Next, let's address the elephant in the room, the hard drive. Yes, it has 1 GB of storage with a whopping 6,700 bad sectors. But don't fret. While it's far from ideal, it's not a deal breaker for our Goober OS installation. We'll just have to tread carefully when partitioning the drive and avoid these bad sectors. Now let's not forget our unconventional lucky charms, a horse and a SpongeBob plushie. While they may not have any technical role in this process, who knows? They might just bring some good luck our way. With the machine prepared, we're ready to move on to the next step. Now it's time to get our hands on Goober OS. This operating system can be obtained in two ways. First, you can go to the official Goober OS website and download the software. It's as simple as clicking on the download button and saving the file to your computer. Alternatively, you can get a physical copy. This can be handy if you're into old-school tactics or if your internet connection isn't the best. The physical version typically comes as a CD or a DVD. Once you have the Goober OS file or the physical copy, the next step is to create a bootable disk or USB drive. You can use any standard disk or USB imaging software. Just choose the Goober OS file as the source, your disk or USB as the destination, and start the process. It's like making a mixtape for your computer. With Goober OS ready to go, it's time to begin the installation process. Now comes the exciting part, installing Goober OS on the 486DX2 machine. Let's dive right in. First things first, we'll need to boot the machine with the Goober OS installer. This process is like waking up the machine and telling it that it's time for a makeover. Make sure your Goober OS installer is ready. You can use a CD or a floppy disk, depending on what your machine supports. Once the machine boots up, you'll see the Goober OS installation wizard. This wizard is your guide to installing the OS. It's friendly, straightforward, and will take you through the process step by step. Next, we'll need to partition the 1 GB hard drive. Think of partitioning like dividing a pie. You're splitting your hard drive into sections. This process can be tricky, especially since our hard drive has 6,700 bad sectors. But don't worry. Goober OS is designed to handle this. It will automatically detect and avoid these bad sectors during the partitioning process. Now, let's move on to the installation wizard. This is where the magic happens. The wizard will ask you a series of questions about your preferences, like language and time zone. It's like getting to know you better so it can serve you in the best way possible. During the installation process, you might encounter some issues. It's like hitting a speed bump on a road trip. But remember, every problem has a solution. If the installation gets stuck or throws up error messages, don't panic. Simply restart the machine and start the installation process again. And there you have it. The installation process is complete. It might seem daunting, but with a little patience and a lot of enthusiasm, it's entirely doable. Congratulations! You've now installed Goober OS on your 486DX2 machine. Enjoy exploring your new, yet vintage operating system.